Good morning and welcome to day 23 of Ralston's big adventure. All right, so it is 7:14 in the morning. Taking my loaner clothes back over here to the hostel. Then I'm gonna get some breakfast at the lodge, and then I'm headed back to the trail. I'm feeling refreshed, good to go. Feet, ankles, muscles, everything is good. So yeah, looking forward to starting here pretty soon. All right, it is 7:45 in the morning and we are off on the trail. The trail starts at the bottom of this hill. It's literally the sidewalk. I'll show you when we get there, but yeah, we're back on trail, baby. All right, so the plan today is to go to Little Laurel Shelter, which is a good 20-mile haul from here, with a lot of elevation gain. And a lot of different climbs, a lot of ups and downs. So it's probably gonna suck pretty bad today, but I don't know, I am feeling pretty good. Got some like totally fresh legs under me, so that could possibly help. I don't know, just stay tuned to find out how I'm feeling after a 2-day rest. Right now I'm feeling good. I think it's supposed to be pretty hot today. I mean, it's a clear sky, which is great, but it also means it's probably gonna get really hot by the peak of the day. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So as you can see, we've got the AT stamps every, probably 20 yards or so. And so that just signifies that this is the Appalachian Trail that I'm walking on right now. So this goes all across town over there to those hills. And then we start climbing pretty much immediately. So yeah, but this is the trail. And like you have like these white blazes right here also to kind of prove it. But yeah, this is the trail. All right, crossing the French Broad River out of Hot Springs, North Carolina today. Apparently the fly fishing and rafting here is pretty good. So if you wanted to come here and check that out, you can. But yeah, this is the AT. Again, like, it does have some weird parts, but this is technically the trail. So I hope the roadwalk isn't too much longer. It may just be on the other side of this river, but yeah, it's gorgeous this morning, man. But okay, stay tuned for more updates. Hopefully no rattlesnakes today. So this morning has been a really, really pretty, like, first mile and a half of the trail. I'm just following the French Broad River up to some point, and then we'll start climbing. But for the most part, it's just been nice. And the water's been like really, really pretty to listen to. So yeah, great start to the morning. So I've talked a lot about switchbacks. And all it is in the trail, it goes down there, then goes to that point, comes back up here, and goes to that point. So instead of going straight up this thing, instead of going straight up, it goes way more gradual at a back and forth pace called a switchback. Which I love these things. I'm so glad that I finally ran into one. These things are amazing, and there should be more of them on the AT, in my humble opinion. But yeah, very thankful for these things today. Hold on, I think we're about to come up to a really pretty viewpoint. Hold on. Oh, we are. Check this out. Good morning, Hot Springs. Yeah, so pretty. All right, now here is the view. Man, it's gorgeous this morning. That's what I came off the other day down into Hot Springs. All right, so you've heard me talk about nutrition yesterday and just the importance of it out here. And I'll just kind of explain, like, I don't think I've talked about this yet, but anyway, when you're walking, your body is burning between 5,000 and 6,000 calories a day. Just going up and down these hills. So you're burning a ton of calories. So you really have to eat about 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day just to like keep up with like, so you're not living at a calorie deficit for like 5 months. That's why people lose so much weight on the trail, is because they're burning way more calories than they're intaking, which makes people sick and causes a lot of problems a lot of times. Your body does eventually get used to it, but probably not the best way to constantly live at such a low calorie deficit compared to how many calories you're burning. Anyway, that being said, I have only met one person out here who's able to keep up and stay at a 6,000 calorie a day like intake while hiking. It's this guy named Patch who I met the other day at the hostel. Really, really cool guy, but carries gotta carry like 15 pounds of food. I'm telling you, he eats so much food on trail, and good for him. Like, honestly, I'm so impressed. But he's the only person out here that I know who's been able to constantly keep up with a 6,000 calorie a day intake while hiking. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about my video from last night and my last bit before I went to bed. And I want to kind of just like explain that a little bit more, because I was pretty vague, but I kind of just want to make myself a little bit clearer. So, just a little bit about me, probably more than like what you already know. So, one thing, I'm a Christian. I think I've mentioned that before, but that's just, I'm not perfect by any means. I've got my own sins and struggles just like everybody else, but you know, it's something that is important to me, and that I try every day to at least be the best that I can be at. And there just are certain principles and certain just ways of living that, because I'm a Christian and because that's what I've committed to, that, you know, that's who I am, that's what I stand for. And yeah, and you know, it's really hard out here on the trail because there aren't really that many other believers out here, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a problem. Still great people, still super kind people, very generous people. But the principles and the ways of living that I, you know, have committed myself to, it's just not what other people have. So it just makes it very difficult at times to like relate or to partake in some of the things that other people are doing. And so that's what, it makes it just really hard, because it's not like I'm throwing myself a pity party. I'm really not. I'm just kind of describing what it's like out here and just some of the mental difficulty. But it is hard because, you know, you feel a little left out at times, or, you know, or sometimes I'm like, man, I really hope I'm not coming across as like judgmental, like I'm not partaking just because that's not me, like, and I try to tell people that, and, you know, just say, hey, like, yeah, y'all do you, whatever, but I'm good. And so I don't ever come across as standoffish or judgmental. So it just, I don't know, that can be really difficult out here. But it's also hard because, like, it's just sad. Like, you know, I've met a lot of people by this point, a lot of section hikers, day hikers, through hikers. And the biggest difference I can see between day hikers and section hikers and through hikers is day hikers and section hikers, like, have taken a weekend, or they've taken time off work, and, you know, they've chosen to come to, oh crud, where do I go? Hold on, sorry, I'm gonna keep looking for the trail as I talk, because I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. But sorry, this is really throwing me off. Hold on just one second. Okay, so this is why I was confused. The trail goes this way, but this is like the next blaze. It's a yellow blaze. So that means that this is another trail. And I was like, what the heck? This makes no sense. I don't know where I'm going. There's no white blaze, but you have to go past it a little bit, and then there's the white blaze. And so you go down this way. But yeah, that's what I was confused by. Okay, so back to what I was saying about the difference between like through hikers and section hikers. Section hikers, like I was saying, they take time off work. I don't know how else to say this, but they're just kind of normal people who, they're outdoor enthusiasts. They have time off. They want a section hike. They can't, they have responsibilities. They're just, again, like everybody else, just their hobbies include, section hiking on their time off. Through hikers are a totally different breed of people. And this is not like a bad thing. This is just kind of what I've observed. Through hikers this is not everybody, because I don't know if I think I fall into this category a little bit, but I'll explain how I think I'm a little bit different at the end. But for a lot of through hikers, this is just like they didn't really fit in anywhere else. Like they didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't really kind of have a place. And so they came to the woods for, I don't know, I guess to escape, to live freely, to whatever, I don't know. Like, and that's not everybody. Like, I mean, you do meet a good group of people out here who are like, you know what, I've always wanted to do this, so I quit my job, sold everything I had, and came to the woods to go knock out the Appalachian Trail, which is great and awesome. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I'm out here. It's a mental challenge, all those things. But there's so many people out here who just, I was talking to some guys the other night, we were going to dinner, and they were just like, if I get hurt and have to get off the trail, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go. And I just was like, that's just so sad, because it's like, if that were to happen to me, like, I'd just go home. Like, I have really great friends and family that I know and have, and I'm like, I go home, and life just picks right back up kind of where it left off, and I kind of have an out, and there's just so many people who don't out here, and I don't know, it's very sad, because that's just not my circumstances. Like, I have a really good life back home, and have really great friends and really great family, and know that, this is just a really cool adventure that I'm very privileged to get to do. And that's just not the case for a lot of people. And I don't know, again, just back to that idea of compassion and graciousness. I don't know, you just start to see like the circumstances and the events and the mentality, and just how a lot of people end up the way they do. And I don't know, it just kind of breaks your heart for them, and just, I don't know, it gives you, I guess, more appreciation for, I guess, how I grew up, but also just makes you have a little bit more graciousness and empathy for other people. And this sounds awful, but like, they just didn't have it as good as I did, and that's just an observation. That's not like like I'm so much better or whatever. Like, it just is so sad that that people don't think they have any place to go. Like, they don't have family, they don't have friends, they don't have things to go back to. So, I don't know. It's really just softened my heart a lot, and made me really appreciate, again, where I've come from, but also just made me, again, way more understanding and empathetic of other people, and wanting to help encourage them, and I don't know, just be a friendly face at the end of the day. Like, I can't change people's lives, but, you know, I can always be a positive person. I can always be, you know, someone who encourages. I can always be a friendly face. I can always be a friendly face. And I think that counts more than what I realize. So anyway, yeah. Sorry, this was long, but just needed to be said. All right, so I knew I was getting pretty close to this, but it's a dam, like in the middle of the woods. And I'm really not sure what this dam's for. Maybe it's just, I mean, it just is this little pond up here. Here, I'll take a bigger view, but I mean, I don't know, like, why it's necessary, but there's a dam in the middle of nowhere. All right, so I've come to this dirt road, which is the trail. There's the white blaze in the tree. So maybe that pond was for something. It's literally right down there in between those trees. So maybe it was something. All right, we've made it to another bridge. It is the AT. There's the white blaze. But I think this is just like a major highway that runs probably into Hot Springs. Not really sure what this is, but yeah, here we are at another road. Oh yeah, I also wanted to tell you guys about Birthday Girl. So I met her at the Laughing Heart Hostel. And she's probably the oldest person I've met out here. I'm almost positive she's through hiking. But the reason why she's called Birthday Girl is that she started on her birthday. She turned 76 years old on the day she started her through hike. So much respect to Birthday Girl for getting out here, getting after it at 76. All right, so I made it to Rich Mountain Fire Tower, and it's a pretty nice view. And then I think those mountains you can see kind of the farthest in the distance. Sorry, let me get my hand out of the way. I think that's the Smokies. Not positive on that, but I'm about 90% sure that is. And then there's civilization. So the thing that I've just basically realized about North Carolina is that it has like the deepest, narrowest valleys anywhere I've ever seen. Like, just look at this. Like, it just keeps going, I don't know, like, it just keeps going down. Like, there's no, like, valley, really. There's just these, like, gorges, basically, where these rivers kind of come down, but there's no, like, it's so steep and so narrow through these mountains. I think that's what just makes it so difficult out here is, like, there's just no kind of reprieve. Like, there's no, like, high mountain valley or low mountain valley to kind of, like, nicely walk through. It's just hill after hill after hill after hill, and that's just the terrain out here. But it is beautiful. All right, so I'm down here filtering water. The shelter's up there, but I just want to take a minute to talk about just the fact that no one out here should be underestimated. So at that fire tower, I ran into, well, he didn't have a trail name then, but now he's Backtracker, because he keeps going the wrong way and has to, like, backtrack to get back on route. Last time I saw him was at Low Gap in Georgia, which was probably 200 miles ago. And all he had to eat that night for dinner was a bag of trail mix. I remember thinking to myself, this guy will never make it past Georgia. Here we are, almost 300 miles in, and I run into him. Well, I ran into him at the hostel, but then ran again into him, like, here on you know, up the trail. But I'm telling you, and just like heard his story and heard how he got his trail name and all the things. So sorry, there are flies everywhere. They're driving me nuts. But but yeah, don't underestimate anybody out here, because they will more than likely surprise the heck out of you with their resolve and their just how they get from one place to another. All right, so if you're curious what national forest I'm in, sorry, my hat's like all tilted. I'm dying, so I gotta keep it off my like forehead a little bit. But anyway, so right after the Smokies, you go into Pisgah National Forest, Pisgah, Pisgah. Now I'm in the Cherokee National Forest. So if you're curious about where I'm at, I just passed a sign down there that said that that's where I was. There's a road literally right there. So I think I'm like a little under 5 miles from the shelter. So getting pretty close. So I think I've hit somebody's property line. I mean, this is the trail. Like, there's a white blaze right there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's somebody's property marker. So I'm sure I've been on private land before since I've been on the trail, but this is at least the first I've known about it. All right, I'm about 3 miles from the shelter, but it's a 3-mile climb. It's only over 1,000 feet of elevation gain, so it'll be pretty gradual, but just didn't want to climb right now. But anyway, today's trail's actually been pretty good, I'll have to say. It's been very gradual. The ups, downs have been, it's really not been a bad day on trail. Been pretty good. Definitely better than that stretch from Standing Bear to Hot Springs. But yeah, good day on trails overall. Trail was good. But now I just have to do this 3-mile climb, and then we're home free for the night. Okay, so one thing that I really don't like about the canopy kind of growing in now is that you can't see like the ridges ahead. So like I have no idea like what mountain I'm about to go over, what hill I'm about to cross. I'm just kind of blind, and I really don't like it. Like, I got this app on my phone that'll show me like the elevation. So it's like I know I'm about to go up, but it's like, where is up? So that's the only thing. But that's just like I think more of the type A in me of like, I've got to know where I'm going at all points in time. But oh well, not anymore. We're just flying blind, I guess. All right, made it to the shelter. Gonna set up my tent. Haven't made a tent setup video yet, so I will do that for you guys today. And voila, home sweet home for the night. So this privy might be as bad as the one that I was at the other day. Just tiny, tiny, tiny. All right, it is about 8:30 p.m., which means it is bedtime. Had a really good day today on trail. The fire tower was really awesome. The trail was really nice. It was really gradual up and down hills. Really good 20-mile day for sure. Also, like, really fun surprise at the shelter tonight. Mercury showed up. Haven't seen her since, I think, Franklin. So it was really cool to reconnect with her and just hear how the trail's gone for her. And we got to catch up and swap stories, so that was really cool.
But I think I've got about 3 days before I get into Irwin, Tennessee, which will be our next resupply point. So I've got, I think, a 15, 18, and then 16 coming up. But yeah, just, again, love seeing people in the most random of places like Mercury. But yeah, that's all the updates for today. Had a good dinner. Just had one of those Mountain House, I think it was like chicken and rice meals. So yeah, nothing really to it. But anyway, as always, appreciate your support and for following along. I love your comments and and just your messages. It just is very encouraging to me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you all so much for just following along with the journey. It's like you guys are actually here with me, so I really appreciate it. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Maverick out.
Hey y'all, it's Ralston here, hiking the AT. I'm hiking the AT for several reasons, but one big one is to support the Isaiah 117 house in Blairsville, Georgia. This organization is dedicated to helping foster kids at the moment they're taken out of the home and some of the most traumatic parts of their lives. That's where they seek to intervene, and so they seek to provide a house with food, clothing, foster parents, almost pretty much immediately after they're taken out of the home. So it's a really, really great organization that's dedicated to bettering the lives of children. And I just could not be more appreciative and more excited to support them and of all the work they're doing. So if you'd like to help out and donate, you can visit the link below, and it'll take you to the donation page. But please consider giving a gift to help support Isaiah 117. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, Maverick out.